Hello everyone, welcome to the daily newspaper analysis of the Shankar IAS Academy, and today analysis is for the date of 15th of March of 2025. So these are the topics for discussion. The first article discusses about the Geet Gawai, a unique singing style of Mauritius. Next article discusses about the scrub typhus infection which has been recently hit in the rural Tamil Nadu areas. Next article titled Oilfield Regulatory Development and Amendment Bill 2024 talks about its new amendments which has been introduced, and the next article Nothobranchius sylvaticus, it's about a new fish species found in the Kenya forest. So without any much delay, let's get into the articles discussion one by one along with the prelims practice question. Now look into this news. In the welcoming ceremony for the visitation of our Indian Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi in Mauritius have included the Geet Gawai. So Geet Gawai is a unique singing style of the Bhojpuri speaking communities of our Indian desert in the Mauritius country. So here it showcases the vibrant heritage of the Indian diaspora in the country Mauritius. Now looking into the historical relevance, tracing the origins, it has been traced to Indian indentured laborers in the early 1700s. So here we know that according to our history, indentured laborers are known as laborers who have migrated for contract basis from India to different colonies such as the British, French and Dutch colonies, and Mauritius was one of the French colonies. So here for the sugar plantations in Mauritius, Indian migrant workers were migrated to Mauritius on the contract basis, which can be like 5 to 10 years. So this system came in working after the abolition of the slavery system in 1833. So we all know like states of India such as the Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Tamil Nadu and Bengal were hit by the famine, landlessness and high taxation during the British period, and poverty was also one of the reasons for the migration of those laborers to Mauritius, and the origin can be traced through that. So here lakhs of Indians from the Bhojpuri speaking regions were brought to Mauritius, and Geet Gawai has been preserved through generations in the Bhojpuri community present in the Mauritius. So what does the Geet Gawai comprises of? So the Geet Gawai, it is traditionally performed before the wedding, that is they are known to be included in the pre-wedding ceremony with certain rituals, prayers, songs, music and dance, and it is mostly performed by the women of the community. So here it takes place at the home of the bride or the groom for the wedding processions, and during the rituals where women sought out turmeric, rice, grasses and money in a piece of cloth, that song would be sung, and it's a song where it honors Hindu gods and goddesses which is to be included. Now looking into their ceremonial practice, after the singing of the song, they believe that the site is sanctified, that is the place is sanctified, and before the mother would be honoring the musical instruments to be used for the Geet Gawai. So they include uplifting songs such as motivational or energy boosting songs are to be performed with collective singing and dancing. So recently this Geet Gawai has been included in the welcoming ceremony of our Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Mauritius. So the Geet Gawai has been recognized as the intangible cultural heritage of humanity by the UNESCO in the year of 2016 in December. So let us see few quick facts about Mauritius and Bhojpuri culture. Mauritius is one of the most beautiful island, one of the most beautiful countries to visit, and it is referred to as mini India due to its large Indian origin population. So here Indian traditions are reflected in daily life, attire and cultural festivities in Mauritius. There are a lot of temple architectures which is related to the Dravidian style of temple architectures, and lot of Tamil population as well as the Mauritian population are revering the Tamil god, which is the Murugan. So here there is replication of Indian culture a lot in Mauritius, and Bhojpuri is one of the dominant language which is spoken by the 5.3% of the population, that is according to the 2011 census. So we all know that the capital of Mauritius is Port Louis. Now, looking into government's promotion of Bhojpuri here, the Bhojpuri Speaking Union Act supports their language and cultural activities, and the government have initiated and launched the Bhojpuri Mahotsav to celebrate the Bhojpuri culture. So, the language has been used in political campaigns and also other cultural expressions for their inclusion and for their inclusion of their culture. So, Geet Gawai is a testament to cultural identity and preservation, and it is still continued to be practiced as it strengthens ties between India and Mauritius altogether through cultural reversion. So, I hope the article is clear. Now, let us look into the prelims practice question. In which year was Geet Gawai recognized as UNESCO? So, the option is option B, 2016. Now, look into this news here. Rural communities are at high risk of a scrub typhus infections where it has been found in this study. So, here this study was conducted by the Christian Medical College of Vellore, Tamil Nadu, along with the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, where it highlights the high risk of this infection, that is the scrub typhus, especially in the rural Tamil Nadu. So, here the study area is rural Tamil Nadu and the sample size was 32,000 individuals. And looking into the incidence rate, 10% are infected annually over 2 years. And looking into their severity, so all of these details are according to the study. It is almost 8 to 15% severity where it needed hospitalization, and there has been reports on 5 deaths casualties recorded. So here the scrub typhus is caused 30% of fever related hospitalizations, which is second after the COVID-19. So we should understand how important and critical this news is. So let's look into their overview first. It is caused by Orantia shutsugamushi, where it is a rickettsial bacterium. So it is a bacterial disease, and the vector, that is a host, is the infected larval mites, which are like tiny larval mites, and they are known as chiggers. So here, looking into their transmissions, these chiggers bite and it introduces bacteria into the bloodstream, and it results in systematic infection. So, looking into their symptoms, it leads to fever, which is 10 days after the infection, and along with other symptoms such as the headache, body aches and rashes. So, here one of the main symptom is the formation of the eschar, that is the black sore at the bite site, which is the one of the important and the key diagnostic sign for the scrub typhus. So, here this is the eschar. So, through this it is one of the important diagnostic sign to know that are being infected by the scrub typhus. Now, looking into their complications, so according to it, the infected person would be having severe lung infection, which is the acute respiratory distress syndrome, which is the ARDS. Because of the infection, it leads to meningitis, which is the inflammation of the brain membranes, and also it leads to multi-organ failure, such as failure of kidney, liver and heart damage. And also they have this septic shock, where it leads to life threatening blood infection as they are injected through the bloodstream, and in severe cases death would be there if it is untreated. So according to the news, there has been 5 deaths reported on this infection. Now, looking into their treatment, they have antibiotics called it such as doxycycline and azithromycin are effective, and early treatment can lower the complications and the mortality rate. And looking into prevention, right now there has been no vaccine available currently for this infection. So one of the preventive measures is to avoid mite infested areas such as dense vegetation and bushes, because they are mostly around in low lying area of grasses, forest and so on. And also wearing protective clothing and using insect repellents would be prevention methods. So I hope the article is clear. Let us look into the prelims practice question. What is a key diagnostic sign of scrub typhus? And it is the option B, eschar, which is the black sore at the bite site. Now look into this news. The Oilfield Regulatory and Development Amendment Bill of 2024, earlierly which was passed by the Rajya Sabha, has been passed by the Lok Sabha now. So the ultimate aim of this bill is to strengthen the domestic oil and gas production, that is the oil and natural gas and petroleum, and also to reduce the dependence on imports by our country India on other global countries and powers. So here it encourages private investments along with the PPP models while safeguarding the leaseholders, the existing leaseholders' rights. So here the leaseholders are known to have the exclusive right to drill, extract and bring production of the oil and natural gas in their leased land. So this is the news. Let us look into the key amendments which was made to the Oilfield Regulatory and Development Act of 1948. So here first they have expanded the definition of mineral oil in the amendment. So before, in the Oilfield Regulatory and Development Act of 1948 had the word mineral oil, which included oil and natural gas, that is natural gas and petroleum. Now they have added a few more words and they have excluded few more definitions. So here in the new amendment they have included naturally occurring hydrocarbons, coal bed methane and shale gas or oil, and they have excluded coal, lignite and helium in the definition of mineral oil. So here we need to understand few reasons on why certain things are included and then certain things are excluded. So here mineral oil can be defined as any hydrocarbon in the form of liquid, So here coal and lignite are solid form of fossil fuels and helium is a form of gas. So we can't so that's why they are excluded from the definition of mineral oil, and these are included along with the petroleum and natural gas, and also their extraction methods. So petroleum and natural gas are extracted through pumping, and minerals such as the coal and lignite are extracted through mining, whereas helium has to be extracted through cryogenic process. So according to the extraction process, we can differentiate between what to be included in the mineral oil and what to be excluded in the mineral oil. Next definition would be on their act in itself. So for mineral oil, Oilfield Regulatory Development and Oilfield Regulatory and Development Act of 1948 is their act, and for coal and lignite there comes the Mines and Minerals Regulatory and Development Act of 1987. So they have different acts for different definitions under the mineral oil and for the coal and lignite. And also finally, because of the reason of different tax and different revenue system for these things in the mineral oil and in the coal and lignite. So we should clearly understand why certain things are included in the mineral oil and excluded in the mineral oil. Now let's look into the next amendment. Next is having petroleum leases and environmental regulations. So here in the before Act of 1948, they had the word mining leases. Now this word has been replaced by the petroleum leases. So we can have distinction from the coal, lignite, helium and the included words such as the hydrocarbons, shale oil and so on. So even existing mining leases are remaining valid and unchanged just because it has been changed to petroleum leases. So from now on, according to this term, they need to lease the lands, but if before they have leased the land under mining also, it is remaining valid and it is unchanged. And next is looking into the streamlining process. Here they are bringing in streamlining environmental and land clearances, so there is cut short in the delaying process. So the clearance process is being done smoothly and there is no delay in the government appointments. Now next, looking into the government powers and regulations. Ultimately the central government has the power. It enhances central government's rule making powers. So it includes actions such as merging petroleum leases for their efficiency, sharing the infrastructure among the leaseholders and protecting the environment and reducing emissions. So all of these powers are withheld with the central government. Now looking into the dispute resolution and penalties, there has been brought an alternative dispute resolution mechanism for both domestic and international clients, which include settlements which can be done in India as well as in international countries. So here in before act there will be imprisonment for any crimes, but now they have replaced the imprisonment with the financial penalty. So before they would be having 6 months along with 1000 rupees fine or both, but now it is only financial penalties. So looking into the new fines, first is rupees 25 lakh are being given as penalties for their violations, and there are crimes which includes unauthorized exploration through unauthorized leases or non-payment of royalties will lead them to 10 lakh per day for continued offences. So these are the new fines which has been amended through the recent amendment in the bill. And now looking into the adjudication and appeals, so here in the system a new officer has been appointed in the joint secretary level ranking or higher to it to the adjudication of the financial violations. So if there are any appeals even for that decisions, it should be gone to the appellate tribunal under the PNGRB, that is the Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board Act of 2006. And even if they have appeals on that decisions made, they can go to the Appellate Tribunal of Electricity, which comes under the Electricity Appellate Tribunal Act of 2003. So these are the major changes done to the bill. So I hope this article is clear, and for prelims we need to understand what are the key amendments being made in this bill. And also for prelims as well as for mains perspective, we should understand how important this bill is, because we need to know about India's energy dependence. Here India as a country, it consumes 5.5 million barrels of crude oil daily. So here looking into the crude oil import dependency, it is over 85%, and looking into a natural gas import dependency, it is almost 50%. So India are coming up with lot of solutions through reducing the imports, through having solutions and initiatives by enhancing our clean energy and bringing in the idea of sustainability also for our future generations. So we should know how important this news is. Now I hope the article is clear. Let's move to a prelims practice question. What is the new penalty for violating oil and gas regulations? So here they can also, for example in question they can ask new imprisonment also. So here sometimes option can be none of the above also. So we should know what are the changes made in the amendment. Here the correct answer is option C, up to 25 lakh fine and 10 lakh per day for the continued violations. Now look into this news. A new fish species has been found in the forest of Kenya, Africa, and its scientific name is Nothobranchius sylvaticus, meaning pertaining to forest in the Latin language. So to understand this news, first look into the genus and distinction of this species. So this species, Nothobranchius sylvaticus fish species, comes under the genus Nothobranchius. So here to understand this, let us understand the taxonomy. Here genus means a group of closely related species which share common characteristics and they share a common ancestor. So here the ancestor of this species is known as Nothobranchidae. So this is the ancestor of this species, Nothobranchius. So here they are known as the ancestor, and under this comes the genus, that is the Nothobranchius, and under genus comes the subspecies, that is the Nothobranchius sylvaticus and other species, subspecies. So genus is a species, whereas under genus there comes the subspecies. So in the taxonomy, according to their classification, above the ancestor known as the family or the order. So here for the Nothobranchius sylvaticus, the family, that is, for example you can take surname. So the surname or the family or the order is the Killifish. So they are known as the Killifish and they come under the genus of Nothobranchius. So they are known as annual killifish. So now I think you can understand the news better. The news says that recently there has been discovered species of the killifish which is endemic to a Kenyan forest. So here they are first known endemic killifish to persistent in a forest. Why they are having the name annual killifish? Annual because they live in temporary pools of water that dry up seasonally. So here after them dying up, the eggs survive in the dry mud until the rainy season. So their lifespan comes all around in an annual year. So that's why they are known as annual killifish. So now according to the news, it has been found that this lineage, that is the Nothobranchius sylvaticus, is being diverged from their sister species. So sister species is nothing but recent ancestor. So I have told that their ancestor is Nothobranchidae. So here the news is that before 7.09 million years ago, they have been diverted from their own ancestor and and they are known as distinct species. So here this is a very important phenomenon because for prelims understanding, we all have to go through a lot of concepts related to environment. For example, we can have different reasons on why there is this lineage diversion. For example, we can take species evolution, we can take natural selection, we can take mutation, we can take many continental drift theories. So it helps us to understand whether any species particularly found comes under existing species or it is a new species. And also getting to know about these information helps us to understand their communication pattern, their mating pattern, their camouflage and survival instincts. So all of these criteria are very important to know. So according to the polygenetic analysis, so here polygenetic is nothing but analysis of the evolutionary relationship through the understanding of the genetic composition or genetic relations. So here through that analysis, they have confirmed, the study has confirmed that that species is a distinct species and it is not now related to their ancestor Nothobranchidae. So this is the news. Now let us look into the morphology and the features of these species. So they are known to have light blue scales covering the trunk. So trunk can be known as the middle part. So here we can see how there are blue scales and grey head with red lobes and brown lead oblique bars. So here they are known to have red lobes and oblique bars which can be red brown in color. Now looking into their dorsal and anal fins. So this is the dorsal and this is the anal fin. So this comes as the first which is connected with the body and this comes connected with the tail. So here they are known to have golden grey dots which leads to black stripes, and in the caudal fin, that is the anal fin, here they are known to have red stripes where it leads to slender distal band which is black in color. So here from golden they have black nature and from being red they have black spots. So these are the features of this fish. And here looking into their sexual dimorphism, that is the physical features, males are generally larger than the females on the Nothobranchius sylvaticus. Looking into their threats and conservation, so here according to the IUCN status, they are critically endangered. And now looking into threats, they, because of habitat degradation due to land and water resource, has their impact. So this threat can lead to risk of extinction of the same species if habitat destruction continues. Now let us look into the killifish overview. Here they are known as opivorous, where they are known to be as leg-laying fishes, and according to the article there are almost 1270 species existing. Now looking into their size, they are typically 1 to 2 inches or 2.5 to 5 centimeter in size, and sometimes they can be larger. So here we know male can be larger in size. Males are more colorful and have more developed fins than the females here. Now looking into their habitat and diet, they live in small pools that may dry up, leading to short spans which is over 2 years. So that's why we know they are known to be as annual killifish. They are found in fresh or brackish waters across America, South Europe, Africa, Middle East and even Asia. So it can lead till to Vietnam also. And looking into their diet, they eat small crustaceans, insects, seeds in captivity, such as brine shrimp, daphne, mosquito larvae, and so on. So I hope the article is clear, and from Prelims point of view, it is important to know the features of the species for us to understand the ecology or the environmental concepts, and how such species are important to know whether they come from earlier species or a new species, to understand the biodiversity that they are existing in. So now let us look into a prelims practice question. Where are Nothobranchius sylvaticus discovered? And the answer is option B, a Kenyan forest. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you are at the end of this video, and don't forget to give a like, comment and a share, and to further not to miss any other contents, subscribe to our channel. Thank you and have a great day.